Hello and welcome to a chip off the old block toys. This is Jeff, and today we are going to do what's called part 5 of set number 910029, the Mountain Fortress. And this so far is what we've been able to do. We are, let's see, I think bag 13, so 1 through 12 right here, and there are 23 bags, so we got a while. But you have the very front entrance right here. I really like all that decoration. Love the snowflake looking thing. I love the door. The door actually does work, as you can see here. And there is no mechanism right now to stop it, but that might change because in the other one they did, the Lion's Fortress thing, it does have a thing to stop it so that you click it. Hello, Cajun. It's good to see you again. For those who don't know, Cajun had a live stream earlier, and I was on there for probably about an hour and a half. And again, this is one of my favorite features as well. I love the indented wall there. I love these archer's windows they shoot out of. And of course, we got the ramp to get up there. And I keep knocking that piece over, so that piece kind of really, and got a bird here. Got the little stream here going through. Got some sort of drawbridge thing. And we've got this. I love these rock formations. And there's another one right here, which is also a, what do you call it? A trap door or a secret passage. What do you want to call it to let this guy out? So part of that song by Smashing Pumpkins, Let Me Out. I'm just kidding. Dude, every time I touch this thing, it's falling apart. Of course, it's Lego. It's meant to. All right. Well, now that I've showed you the overview, I'm going to switch cameras and Lion Light Castle. Thank you, Greg. I'm going to go ahead and switch views here and get going. And I'm trying something different today. I did the camera view from way up as far as it would go on the tripod, looking down on us. So hopefully you guys can see more of it. I hope it helps. Let me catch up on comments here, and then I'll start building. Cajun saying hello. John saying hello. Greg saying hello. Good evening, says Suzanne. Thanks for being here, Suzanne. And Greg and Yeti say hi to each other. And Greg, how's my day going? My day actually was extremely well today. Not all days are good. Today was good. We were able to, at my job, pick up a new client, which that's good, really good. And because they've never used QuickBooks before, I had the honor of setting them up. And I love setting people up because when you set them up, you don't have to deal with old mistakes. And it's almost like you start negative with a new client or an old, new client that has QuickBooks, because you sit there and get to clean up all their old stuff. And then from there, you have to go forward. So you're kind of negative. When they start off brand new, they've never been in QuickBooks before, you set up everything and they start off right. All right, well, here we go. Here is this gal here, an archer. I'm sure we'll be using her in the future here. And all right, we've got so I'm going to try to build this as fast as I can, because I have the old train shed that I want to start doing live streams on. And then I also oh man, I didn't mean to do that. That's going to be in the Parisian Street, I think it's called. So got a couple of those builds to do. I already built the snack shack. Oh, in the general store. That's the other one. So we got a lot of live streams. And then plus, Lego's got quite the lineup coming up August the 1st. So really want to just push through this, get it done so that we're ready for the new sets that come in. And Spencer decided to take off and hang out with some friends, so that leaves the house to myself. I gotta say, I'm tickled pink. I love it. Let's see. Let's get rid of some of these open windows. Okay. And Cajun. Okay. Yeah. I had Domino's for dinner. All right. What kind of Domino's? And by the way, you know, when I was a kid, hey, Owen, how you doing? When I was younger, I used to think Domino's was nasty. But I got to admit, when they redid their menu a few years back, I'm actually a fan again. I think it tastes good. And in fact, Weird Al had a song about matzah, and in the song matzah, or not Weird Al, it was Jib Jab, and they had a thing about matzah, and they said that they found the yummy corner in their small intestine, and it was the box, not the matzah itself. And also in that song, it says it tastes just as good as the flavor of the box it came in. And I used to think that about Domino's. But like I said, my opinion's changed because they've upped their game, and I think they do pretty good now. Has anybody else had a similar experience where, you know, at one time you didn't like Domino's, or have you liked Domino's forever? Love to know. And Cajun, that was a good stream earlier. If you guys didn't catch it and you want to watch something, head over to Cajun Yeti's channel and watch his live stream. I don't know for how long he went, though. It was a while. Well, with 10 bags left to go, we've got a lot of detail left to build on this guy. So something to look forward to. And again, I love how they're doing the white tile on the top to make it look like snow. Of course, on Yeti's stream earlier, I did quote Weird Science, the movie, when they said it's snowing in my bedroom. How's the big fuzzball? The big fuzzball is doing great. However, I must say, with the new camera angle, I don't know if he would actually, he wouldn't show up because it's completely on the table and not on him at all. But he's doing good. We've actually had a pretty good day. He's been pretty quiet today. And just, you know, like a dog, always wanting to sleep. So nothing new there with it, Mr. Enzo. But I do say there was an empty lot across the street from me, and it's a little under 3 acres, similar in size to the property of what I have. And, well, the people that bought it, his parents own probably close to 100 acres in this county. And, well, because of that, they kind of think they own more than they do. And the son bought the property next door, and they're already creating problems. And I'm actually afraid, now I'm not going to be involved in it, but I'm actually afraid there's going to be a lawsuit. And I wouldn't, like I said, I wouldn't be involved. Here's why. We have a community pump, and we all have secondary water here. And there's a pipeline that runs from the secondary pump and through almost all the properties on the street. The problem is the way that that lot was cut, the one that I'm talking about across the street, is that that pipe goes right through the middle of it. And I actually went over to introduce myself to him. And I said, hey, look, I almost bought this property. And the reason I didn't is because there's going to be a problem when you build on it, because there's an irrigation pipe going right through the middle. So either you got to put your house right in front of it or way in the back of the property. So either the very front of the property or very back of the property, the way the property is. And they said, oh, don't worry about it. We've got a plan for that pipe. Well, today there's an excavator over there pulling out, dirt out of the ground for the basement. I didn't realize that their plan was just to rip the pipe out. There's 3 20-foot sections of the pipe mangled, sitting right there in the front. Well, it was sitting in their front yard. They hurried up and got rid of it, but I got pictures of it before they were able to get rid of it. And yes, you bet your bottom dollar that I will give those pictures to my neighbors that are affected by it. I am not affected by it because the pipe, because I'm across the street kind of diagonal, the pipe feeds my property before he cut it. But I honestly don't know what's wrong with people, and I think that's really rude to buy a property and act like you own everybody else's and affect them like that. It's looking good, bro. Well, thank you, man. Oh, come on. This thing's slower than molasses today. And hopefully Mrs. Chip will be joining us a little bit later. She just got home from work, so I think she's a little tired. And she told me she was going to take care of a couple things before she signed on. So hopefully it won't be too much longer. We'll see Mrs. Chip here. I am looking at my Lego City, trying to decide what I want to work on next. I did finish the cafe that's on the beach. If you guys saw that video yesterday, that's finished. And then in the video coming up this next week, I have already finished that video, and that video has the snack shack, one of the Bricklink Designer Program ones, right next to it. So we've got a couple different places to eat on the beach now. So it kind of makes it that I don't know what to build next. I might do waves, or I might continue to work on the rest of the city. We'll see. Is there anything you guys would like to see first? Like, would you like me to work on the beach some more? The water with the waves? Would you like to see me work more towards getting the city to ground level so that we can build some buildings on the ground level? Let me know. I'm going to switch over to comments here. You want a new TV? What size you're looking to get, man? If you guys wouldn't mind hitting the like button, I'd appreciate that. And in addition, if you're watching this on the replay, hitting the like button is always welcomed. You know, I don't usually like to get into politics, but I would like to speak about this because on my Facebook feed, I've seen a few of my friends state some things that upset me. And because there's misinformation going around, I'd like to set the record straight. So right now, there's a lot of talk about this Project 25. I don't want to talk about what's in Project 25 because I haven't read the documents and I don't care about what's in it. And the problem is, the reason I do want to talk about it is that I have read that President or former President Trump has said that he does not agree with Project 25 and has nothing to do with it. And I looked into that portion of it, and it is true that is the Heritage Foundation that is the ones that are putting that out there, this plan. And they did title it, basically what the president should do if he gets elected. But President Trump had nothing to do with writing it. And I'm tired of people saying that's his blueprint for his next term if he gets one. I really don't like misinformation, and I think it's disingenuous for people to put that stuff out there if they don't know what's going on, and especially because it's done by a Heritage Foundation. I have never heard of the Heritage Foundation prior to them putting out this Project 25, and they were kind of an obscure thing that's been brought with free publicity. Think of that when you guys share stuff that you don't know, like when you call it truth and this and that, you're just giving them free publicity. So probably better if we just quit talking about it. But at the end of the day, the former president has nothing to do with it, and he doesn't have any plans to follow it, he says. So, and I'm also tired of the media because they say things like, oh, well, people that are close to Trump worked on it. Not Trump himself, but people that are close to him, as if that adds any credence to their argument. I mean, look, my kids do stuff. Like, I'm not going to say which kids, but I had a couple kids that used to smoke weed, for instance. They're close to me. And so you could make the argument, well, he must be for smoking weed because, people that are close to him do. And no, I have nothing to do with it. I've never tried it my whole entire life. But you can make that argument and make it seem credible by using such language. And I'm tired of that stupid misinformation. And, what makes me upset is that Facebook likes to censor a lot of different things that are put on their platform, but they're not censoring this one, and they're allowing people just to say stupid stuff. So just keep in mind, please, that there's a lot of misinformation out there. Do your own research, try to figure it out, and don't fall for whatever you hear. And that's about as political as I want to get. A 55-inch. He has Agenda 47. Okay, I've never even heard of that. See, I'm learning something. I'll look up Agenda 47. But I do appreciate that, Greg, because I will look up Project 47. Well, I'll look in the comments again. But yeah, I just don't want people to listen to stuff that's not true, and most people won't do their own research. And it angers me because it's like you're voting off of misinformation. And the people that are spreading the misinformation know that it's misinformation, but they don't care, and they keep spreading it. In fact, one of my friends, I won't use his last name, but one of my friends, Robert, on Facebook, he posted this Project 25 and said that Trump was behind it. And I showed him a link to a interview with Trump where he said he knows nothing about it and he has nothing to do with it. And my friend said, "Oh, well, I'm sorry, I didn't realize that." And then today the same friend posts another thing saying that Trump's behind it. So it kind of just upset me that people are not willing to open their eyes and stuff. And see, I'm willing to have an open mind. I'm not going to sit here and say that the political party that I affiliate with is always right. They've done some dirty things, and actually quite a bit of dirty things behind closed doors, and later it comes out. So I'm not blind to the fact that there is no political party that's completely got clean hands. I mean, it's politics after all. What do you expect? I hate to say it, but politics is a dirty business. I think we all know that. But just because one side's dirty is not a good enough reason for us to turn a blind eye and to say, well, your party's more dirty than mine. We really should, in my opinion, be against corruption altogether, regardless of what source. I mean, come on. Do we really want corruption? And I'm sorry, I'll get off my soapbox because Hey, Max. Where'd you go? Max. Sorry, Max. He said hi to me. And I rubbed my legs. He likes to rub his head against his legs. And if you didn't know, when a cat does that, they have glands on top of their head. And it secretes a pheromone on whatever they rub their head on. And other cats can smell it. And it tells them that it's theirs. So yes, Max is marking me as his. I'm honored. And I'm sure that Max, if he could talk, would say, "Shut up, you big can opener." Because that's probably all I am to him. What's funny is Spencer's only been gone about an hour and a half, and Max is already coming to me wanting attention. It just doesn't take long. Man, this thing's monstrous. Oh, you guys can't even see it. Let me move the camera a little bit. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see it a little bit better. I wish I would have realized that earlier. Oh, cool. We're going to be building a door of sorts. Let me slide this over. I'm really hoping that I'll be able to work on the shop some more. I want to get going on the electricity on the south wall. The south wall is the wall that gets the most sun this time of year. And I have the north and the east walls already insulated, but I would like to do the southern wall next. And before I can do that, I got to do electricity. I have all the supplies to do electrical. So I'm hoping I'll have time to do that in hopefully this weekend, because to be quite honest with you, I have no plans to leave town this weekend, which is a switch for me. I usually do leave town. It seems to be on most weekends. And so if I can not leave town this weekend, I think that would be really, really awesome. and I'll get some of that electrical work done. All right, whenever this thing decides to, there it goes. All right, so actually I'm going to show you that. So we have right here an opening, and here we go. There we go, and it gave you a little thing to grab onto too. There we go. Okay, we've got a few more pieces in this bag. Oh, almost forgot a few pieces. All right, it looks like we are done with this bag. Which, in case you didn't know, this was bag 13. And we've got bag 14 already open, so slide that over. And it says we're going to need one of the pieces outside the bags. There we go. And they did these instructions differently. A lot of instructions, they will actually show you like a picture of what's the bag builds in the very beginning. This one does not. It has not anywhere done that. So I don't have a preview. Sorry, this thing's being really slow with me. I'm gonna switch to the comments here. Hello, Miss Chip. How you doing? And Dusty Bricks, how you doing, man? It's good to see you. Seen you on a couple other. I think I've seen you in the chat. A couple different things I've been in lately. Not that I was a part of the stream, but just saw you there. Now, this is the first time I've ever seen these skeleton legs in reddish brown. And I'll do my plug right now. Hey, please hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you ever thought about subscribing, just go ahead, make the leap, do it. I am so grateful tomorrow's Friday. It hasn't been really a bad week per se, but I'm just grateful it'll be the weekend. Well, it's a good thing that Lego's coming out with a bunch of new sets this coming August 1st, because I've actually almost gotten through my backlog. I don't have a whole lot of backlog left like I used to. I'm ready for November. What's going on in November, Greg? Okay. Again, more of these snow caps right here going on. All right, don't look now, but we are on page 666. We really are on the instructions. And that actually has no meaning to me, the number 666. I'm not superstitious. Wow, it doesn't want to check that out. What? Oh, that's why. Yeah. There we go. It's all fixed up. Well, I can start to see a little bit more where the pieces are going to go. We've got a section here it's missing, and a section here that's missing, and then of course the rest of this. So and I love these little things when they do the brick built and they get the little designs going in between with different color pieces and sizes. They've done that before. How was your day, Mrs. Chip? The election. Okay, great. Yeah, and I encourage everyone to vote. I don't care whether you agree with my, and I don't really share what my views are. But even if you don't agree with me, I still think it is our civic duty to get out in there and vote And I don't care if you even disagree with me. I still would like you to go out there and vote. I just think it's really important that we take that seriously, because there are a lot of people who are not allowed or cannot vote, or like in certain countries, they're supposedly allowed to vote, but they only have one candidate to vote from. So it's not really an election. So yeah, I don't care your affiliation. Get out there and vote. Mrs. Chip asked what kind of day I have, and well, since she wasn't here for that part, I'll repeat myself a little bit. I actually had a really good day. We got a new client at work, so spent the vast majority of my time setting up their stuff. Had to do payroll for another client, and it always makes me feel good when I catch errors and help the client not make a mistake. And that happened today. They had changed some things. I noticed it, and when I called them out on it, I said, "Hey, when did this change?" And they said, "It didn't." And I says, "Well, check the spreadsheet you just sent me, because it did." And they checked it, and they're like, "Oh, good catch. Don't make those changes." So yeah, that would have had some tax implications for the client, and I was able to find that, so that felt good. I did work almost a full day, so I didn't have much time to do anything else. I did sell one of my sets that I got from Vegas today. A gal that works at the internet company here. She has some young children, and they wanted some Lego sets, so I sold her a set, and I gave away a set. So yeah, there you go. Had some fun. For some reason, it's not working. All right, we'll give that a try. Like I said, I like these designs, how they use the plates and stuff, and it just kind of, oh boy. Okay, so we got a treasure chest with the candle on top of it. Oh boy. 55-inch is a good sized TV. Yeah, it is. Mrs. Chip said my day was hot, and I'm glad tomorrow's the last day in the field. And Greg says, yep. Okay, we're going to make a bed here. I apologize, but this computer is going slow as molasses, and I wasn't expecting it to be so freaking slow today. Okay, so we're going to put the bed in here. All right. Now we're getting to the fun part, the part where this really starts to come together. And I imagine with the pieces I have in front of me, we're actually going to get a roof on this thing. We're probably going to decorate it with the next bag. That's my guess. Oh, okay, I did that wrong. Well, let me fix that. You know, that's probably why it wasn't working. Now the instructions are blank. All right, let me try to download them again. Okay. Enzo is pretty quiet today. I was out in the shop for just not that long at all, but you know him. He doesn't like being without me, so he made the journey with me out there and just kind of hung out with me. He really is a good companion to have. And I say that just about every show, but he really is. I mean, he doesn't really want to do anything bad, doesn't really do anything bad. Just kind of hangs out with you all day. And, you know, when the tough gets going, he will stand up for me. So I appreciate that. And plus, he always wants to be pet, so. All right, that's bags 1 through 14. Let's hit it off with another bag. And I got to figure out where we're at with this. Okay, so we're going to be working on this little section over here. Okay. So working on the roof a little bit here. Just kind of shoring that up a little bit. I heard something fall. Let me reattach that. Oh shoot, what's that? Over here. There we go. So there's a lot coming out August the 1st as far as Lego's concerned. I would love to hear what anybody is planning on getting. And maybe even the why behind it would be nice. If anybody cares to share. I want to get a lot of different things, but not sure if I can. I do want to get the mobile crane. That will probably be my first purchase. And if there's more money towards the end of the month, then maybe there'll be more. But, and the 3-in-1, that's another one I want to get too. But I am interested in what other people get and why. I'm not here to critique you, just curious. And as part of my faking it as a country boy, I actually was out there feeding my chickens a few minutes before the stream, and while checking on the little baby chickens, they're not so little anymore. In fact, they're about 75% the size of the full-grown ones. I'm about ready to stick them with them. It will be nice once they start producing some eggs. There it is. I was looking all over for that shield, and there it is. Okay. I'll switch over to comments here in a second. Just going to finish this step, and then I'll get over there. Oh, and I ordered a cord. I did some research, and it looks like I could have a second monitor if I had this certain cord. It's Prime Day, so I went ahead and ordered it. It was $9, and it's supposed to be here in a couple days. So hopefully, it's supposed to be here Saturday. So hopefully it will get here Saturday. Okay, comments. Oh, well, thanks, John. And looks like I was away longer than I thought. Hello, guys. Sorry I'm late. Hopefully you'll be a little longer. Yeah, I will. Where's the boy? Oh, Spencer, he's gone. He went to a friend's house. I don't know if he's even coming home tonight. Just need to get used to his new environment. I bought my shelves in. I build them next week. Awesome. Need to borrow a hammer from my dad's tools. All right. It's looking great. Thanks, RC. It's good to see you. It's looking great, Jeff. It definitely has Lion's Castle inspiration. It does. And I think it's really awesome. And I have the Lion's Gate thing, and I'm going to put them side by side in the review once this is finished. And John says, hello, share the stream to Steve. All right, awesome. And Kobe sets include F-15 and the USS Iowa. Lego, not sure yet. Maybe the Lunar Rover. Okay. Don't let snakes get the eggs. Well, I haven't seen snakes in a long time. In fact, that little girl cat that kind of just showed up here a couple months ago, she might be small, but she is feisty. I saw her torturing the heck out of a mouse the other night, and I thought it was hilarious. And Clone Trooper says, hola, and hola back at you. And Mrs. Chip says, how old do the eggs need to be to lay? Chickens need to be to lay eggs. About 6 months, 7 months. And those chicks are probably about 4 months now. So, yeah, they're getting there. And Mayo says hello and hey. Enzo just needs to get used to his new environment. It's difficult for you at first. Yes. Oh, he's doing great, John. I have no complaints out of Enzo. I thought you were talking about Spencer. Yeah, he needs to get used to his new environment too. It's called sleeping underneath a bridge. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that bad. I do like to poke fun. Okay, I'm going to flip this around so I can see it better. All right, so I'll open it up so you guys can see it. This roof's kind of weak. It wants to give in when I'm pushing down on it a little bit. And I do hope Lego continues to do these Lego designer programs. I love seeing fan inspired sets. You know, no offense, but Lego tends to build their sets for economies of scale. In other words, throw out a bunch of them, and they don't really. They're trying to maximize their profits, so they kind of, like when they use those panels, those 1x6x5 panels. I don't like it. I really wish they would stop using those panels. I prefer, 5 bricks instead. And they do it kind of cheaply when they're doing their sets. So these fan ones, though, because the fans design them, they tend to use better pieces, I think, and more of them. And yeah, Lego does change their thing a little bit. And I'm sure they par it down so. And I apologize, but I am tired. Well, after this bag, we're going to do one more. And then we're going to call it quits for the night. I don't think that I'm going to do a live stream tomorrow. In fact, I'm pretty sure I won't. I'm going to be releasing a video updating the Avengers Tower for tomorrow if I can finish it on time. They keep having you flip around the castle. They should know better. When it gets to be this large, it's hard to flip around. All right, get back to the comments here. And Cajun Yeti, yep. Thank you for being here. I'm on the verge of getting an employment consultant now that I'm graduating. Yeah, finding your first job can be a challenge. I'll agree with that. Oh, really, Mayo? The 1x6x5 panels are your favorite piece? I hate them. But you know what? Different strokes for different folks, as they say. And John said, I had to rebuild my F-22 Kobe Raptor. I'll do that tomorrow after work. And GB Model says, hello, they're from Australia. Yeah, awesome. You might know Mayo. He's also from Australia. And good evening, says John. I absolutely despise stacking bricks to build walls. I use hundreds of them for my skyscrapers. Okay. Well, again, like different strokes for different folks. That's cool. But like I said, I hope I have the time to come up with the video tonight for the Avengers Tower update. I do admit I've been moving very slow on that build. And Mr. Yeti, I guess I should have asked you earlier. Are you interested in coming on here? If you are, I'll send you a link. Oh, okay. Okay. Awesome. Okay. Some people prefer versatility in their bricks, but I prefer cheater bricks, and that's cool. Mrs. Chip says, I hope y'all have a good night. I'm beat from the heat going to sleep. All right. Well, it's good to see you. I guess we won't be able to talk after the stream, Mrs. Chip. I've still got a little bit to go before I'm going to terminate this, but it was good to see you, and I do appreciate your support. And I also love the movie Little Rascals. What's the number to 911? I don't know. The He-Man Woman Hater Club. Is that all you know how to say? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. I think my kids watched that so many times growing up that I know that movie by heart. Probably not a line I don't know. I love the fact that he likes the race car driver, and then later finds out it's a female played by Reba McEntire. Oh, let's not forget Donald Trump was in that movie too. He was that rich kid's dad, and he told him that he was the best son that money could buy. There it goes. What are some of your guys' favorite movies? One of my favorite all-time movies, and I know I'll probably get some negative feedback from this, but it's Blazing Saddles. And to be honest with you, it's the reason I like it so much is because it is politically incorrect. And for those who didn't know, a little bit of background about Blazing Saddles is that the actor Richard Pryor actually had a lot to do with its creation. Okay. I'm a big fan of Mel Brooks. I don't know, is any other people here fans of Mel Brooks. I like his movie History of the World Part 1, Robin Hood Men in Tights. He just has some really good movies. Of course, I will say this too: if the Cancel Squad would have existed during Mel Brooks' time when he made many of his movies, I think he would have been canceled a long time ago. Oh boy. All right. I'll get back to your comments here in a second. Actually, right now. I haven't seen it, but I did order the physical discs. Actually, I'm calling the consultant agency right now. Okay, awesome, dude. Spaceballs, John, that is a good one. Oh my goodness, I forgot about that. Sometimes I feel like that movie is a part of my life. Like, not at this job because I only have a couple people I work with, but the last job I worked at, it just seemed like it was that part in Spaceballs. How many a-holes do I have on this ship? I knew it. I'm surrounded by a-holes. That's what I felt like when I was on my job. What's your name? A-hole. I knew that. No, that's my name, Major A-hole. Okay. These little things do not want to stay together. Oh, shoot. I put the wrong piece. And after this next step, well, I should say this bag, I'll get back to the comments. And we are almost done with this bag. In fact, we're very close to being done. Maybe about, I think, 20 pieces left in this bag, approximately. I can't wait till we secure that down. It's not liking staying up here. There we go. Oh, wow. How's that supposed to work? I need to go back up because this is not going to work, actually. It's probably my fault. Yeah, it is my fault. Well, how do I fix this thing? Yep, it's my fault. I hope I don't bust my knuckles on this. There we go. If you've never busted your knuckles on Legos, you don't know what pain is. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure there's worse pains. I've actually busted my knuckles on Legos hard enough to make them bleed. And that's when you catch a corner. If you catch a corner on the Legos just right, all bets are off. Okay. Back to the comments. Ludicrous speed now. Sadly, making a part 2, you shot my hair. I love playing Fletch with Rue and faking her out. She's searching for a toy in the bed, but that's on the couch. I fake her out. Does she ever get upset with you? Because Enzo, he sometimes I can see he gets kind of frustrated with me, just the way he looks at me. Okay, guys and gals, we are on the last bag of the night. So I want to tell you this next thing with a little bit of caution, because some people might get a little butthurt over this, but I thought it was funny. I called a company to lodge a complaint because they gave me a product that I didn't need, and I ordered it, but the specs were wrong, so it ended up not being good for what I needed. Anyway, I called this company up to tell them, hey, I'd like to refund, I'd like to exchange it. And the lady was like, oh, yeah, we can't refund it and all this stuff. And I kind of got mad, and I was like, come on, man, borrowing a line from Biden. And she said, I'm not a man, and I don't appreciate it. And I said, really, you're not a man? She goes, no, I'm not a man. And I said, oh, well, I was referring to mankind and not your gender. And she got pretty pissed at me. But I thought it was funny. So if you'd like to borrow that line, please do. Okay, so I found 2 shields, but not the one I'm looking for. These are not the droids we're looking for. Okay, I'm not finding the shield that belongs to this guy. I'm sure it's in here. So I'm going to go ahead and just set this aside for just a moment. And we'll go ahead and put this other thing together. This horse. A horse is a horse, of course. Okay, let me set this aside. And we're starting to build some of them corner pieces that I was talking about earlier that I figured that we would. I'm excited to build these little corners. I knew that we were going to have to eventually, and to get to it is awesome. It's going to fill in a little chunk there that's kind of missing. I think it's going to be right next to yep, it fits perfectly right there. Let's get to your comments here. All right. He says, I got to go handle business, guys. All right. No, she's too young for that. It's a stinking phrase, and sportscasters use it. Come on, man. Yeah, I think she wanted to make the argument about something else because, John, truly and honestly, I just bought the product a few days before, and they have like a 30-day return window. So, but you do have to call before you can return it because it was an online order. And so, yeah, I called, and I think she just wanted to make the argument about something else and didn't want to talk about how much their product sucked. And so that's why I did that. And yes, I am known to, if I get in the right mood, wrong mood, however you want to look at it, I do like making fun of people every now and again, or just being difficult or whatever. Pretty sure you already knew that about me, John. All right. So this is where it goes right here. Oh, we've got more to build over here. Cool. Let me flip this around so I can see it. I've never been good at building it at the wrong angle. If the instructions have it at a certain angle, I almost always have to have it there. Okay. Well, this is getting exciting because this means we will have gotten 4 bags done tonight, and it's so needed. This thing has 23 bags, but almost all of them have more than 1 bag for each number. So that's why it just took so long, and it's almost 4,000 pieces, which is really awesome. I love when there's so many pieces like this. Oh, I missed a few pieces. Let's get back to it. What did I miss? Because there is pieces going on that I'm not sure about. Okay, no, that, yeah. Okay. Oh, I see what's missing. All right. Cool. Yeah, I would like to do something like a 72-hour live stream, but I never have that much time off work. I wouldn't be able to do one like that. I don't think I'd be able to stay awake and all that, but it wouldn't even be possible because my work schedule. But maybe I'll do a longer live stream, like maybe a 4 hour, or maybe I'll do a longer one, like 12 hours. But I think 12 would probably be my max. Cool. Well, we're building this little tower right here, and I am liking it already. What was really funny is I went to my internet company today, and the gal who works there, one of the gals that works there, um, she knows that I'm into Lego, and so is she actually. And she asked me if I was able to get a hold of a certain set, and it was the bird from the movie Up. And being completely honest here, I had no idea that that set was even like made, and so it came as a shock to me because I normally know what's out there. Um, but she learned me something today, as they say. But no, I normally can't get sets for discounts, not too often. Just all depends. There we go. Oh, too far, too far. Oh, so they're having to skip over. Okay. Oh, wow. We are just on page 777, and I just noticed that. And the last time I mentioned a page number was page 666. So 111 pages later. And that's not steps because some of these have more than one step per page. So Okay. So on the back side of this goes this right here with the shield on it. Well, I'll tell you guys what, if I can't get the video done tonight, maybe I will go ahead and do a live stream tomorrow just to get further along on this. Oh, I totally forgot about this. Have you guys ever heard of the World War II? I think it was called the 77th Division. And it was a group of older guys. Like, I think the average age was 35, 36 in the war, which I think the average soldier before that was like 24 or something. Anyway, they made a squad or a division of guys who were older, and they kind of just did it as an experiment to see how they do. And they surprised everybody when their kill ratio was like 120 to 1, which the rest of the army, it was like 10 to 1. Okay. Well, it's just like I thought, guys. I thought that was going to be a drawbridge. And there you have it. All right, let's get this show on the road. And in fact, these people are so feared because their kill ratio that the Japanese on the island of the Philippines refused to surrender to the 77th. And what they ended up doing was some of the 77th took off their unit patch because there was nobody else that they could surrender to. So a group of them took off their patch, off their uniform that signified them as the 77th. And they went up there, and the Japanese surrendered to them, and then they marched them down the hill, and only to see the rest of the 77th there, and they realized they'd been duped. By that time, their weapons were taken, so there were no repercussions for that. It was a really interesting documentary, actually. Okay. We've got about 40 pieces left here on the table. And that's the locking mechanism. This right here. Because when you do this, it locks it until you do this. Some more of these reddish brown. Oh, I'm sorry, right off the camera. Some more of this reddish brown here. Legs that I have not seen in any other set before. And I'm going to get back to your comments here. KD, what was your first Lego set? My first Lego set was a universal set. I guess that would be called a basic set now. And that was when I was 4 years old. But before that, a funny story is that my dad, he was in the Navy and he was stationed in Japan. And my dad's tradition was that when he came home from deployments, he always had gifts for his kids. And so he came home with a gift, and it was a Tyco set, which is close to Lego. I know a lot of people know what Tyco is, but some people don't. They actually are compatible with Lego. And well, I got this little Tyco set, and it was a little spaceship. It was maybe only, maybe 150, 200 pieces. It wasn't very big. But that was my first set, and it wasn't actual Lego. And what was really funny is I played with it so much that for my next birthday or Christmas, I can't remember which one, I wanted some more Tyco. And my parents couldn't find Tyco in the States. And so when they went to the store, they got a Lego set, and they thought Lego was the knockoff. Of course, this was in the 70s. So, please have a little forgiveness for their ignorance and mine, because I was only 4. And so my parents settled on getting me that basic, that universal set, which is a big red semi. I've got the set number somewhere. I don't know it off the top of my head. Anyway, yeah, that was my first Lego set. And that was only because we couldn't find Tyco in the States. So I fell in love with Lego on accident. What was your first set, by the way? I'd like to hear that. All right. And I'll be back to the comments here in just a minute. I really hope that cord comes in quickly, because I really would like to have 2 monitors when I'm doing these sort of builds, because it's really hard I had to keep flipping back and forth just to see the comments playing on screen, because these sets don't come with the instructions. The instructions are online only. So it is annoying. Okay. It literally doesn't show me anything. And I actually think that the rest... Yep. Okay. That is bag 16, and that's going to end it for me tonight, because that's all I can stay up for. I'm kind of tired already. So let's give you a 360 of what was done today. So when we first started today, this did not exist in the corner. This right here terminated about right here, but we did the rest of this up here. This level right here was not done. It was down to right here. And this right here terminated right here. So we built this up, and this up. And we also built this corner here, which covers the jail. So I think this is really cool. Now for the 360 view, we've got, well, the front is over here. There we go. And again, this is one of my favorite designs, putting those lines in there using plates and tiles. And we have this right here, one of my favorites, the entrance. And on the side, we have an archer window, another archer window, an actual archer up there. We've got the long entrance with the drawbridge. And now the drawbridge is indeed finished. And you can do that and operate it. And there's the main tower and the prisoner escape little thing here. And there you go. And let's go back to the comments right before we finish this up. You never built a Lego set, but I like Horizon Zero Dawn set. I love the game. Well, that's cool. My first experience with Lego wasn't with a set. I had a box of parts passed down to me that compromised both mostly 70s to 80s. That's awesome. I think my first real set was the original SpongeBob. Oh, man, I have that pineapple, and that is awesome. Well, thank you, everyone, for joining me. I appreciate it. Please drop a like if you liked it, and please subscribe if you haven't already, or if you just thought about subscribing. Go ahead and make the plunge, and leave me a comment below and turn on all notifications. I will probably take a break from building this tomorrow, but I will probably resume on Saturday. So, all right, guys, be good to each other and stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on my next video.